Hi everyone. Just think about it. Getting in an Uber and not telling the driver about your destination, where he will drive you to. So this is basically what you're doing when you don't set your goals. So by doing this, you are giving someone else the power to determine your destiny. Hi, this is Muthukumar Jairaj. So in this video, you're going to learn how to make 2023 the best year by planning and setting the goals for 2023. So 2023 is here. Now it's the right time to think about your goals. So how to stay on track and accomplish what you set out to do. So before start setting goals, let's identify the reasons behind the lack of focus or lack of motivation. So understanding the root cause of all these issues will help us to develop a plan to overcome them. So how do we do that? Let's take a step back and reflect on the past year, like what worked for us in 2022 and what did not work for us. So doing this will give us a better understanding of what we need to do to make the 2023 the best year. So take a moment to think about everything that you went through over the past year, from Jan to December. Just take a clean sheet of paper and write down a description of what happened, how you were able to face those challenges, and what did you learn from those circumstances. And once you wrote the description, now consider what are all the things that no longer serves you. That like, are there any habits or beliefs that you want to leave behind in 2022 itself? Like for example, fear of failure, negative thinking, toxic friends, and unhealthy habits, or even complaining about others and not believing in yourself. So make a list of all these things so that you can leave it behind 2022 itself and you can focus more on the new habits. And remember one thing, do this reflection exercise without any judgment, like without judging yourself. Be kind to yourself while you're doing this. So as you start to set new intentions and new goals for 2023, just ask yourself these three questions, like what do I need, or what do I want to do, and why do I need, or why do I want to do this, and why am I avoiding it. So by answering these three questions, it may reduce the impulse to procrastinate, and it will help you more to focus on what's truly important to you. So first, let's take a moment to think about the 7 areas of your life: business or career, financial, physical, mental, spiritual, family and friends, and relationship. So before start setting our goals, I would request you to think deeply about all these areas in your life, and on a scale of 0 to 10, if I ask you to rate, how would you rate yourself in all these areas? In business, uh, like 5 out of 10, and when it comes to relationship, sorry, when it comes to finance, like how would you rate yourself? Like for example, 6 out of 10. For example, when it comes to relationships, 6 out of 10. And when it comes to spiritual, how would you rate? Like 6 out of 10. So like this, you have to rate yourself, just to get an idea. And if you're not sure about it, that's okay, because there are a lot of online assessments available. You can try that, and also you can consult a life coach also. Now let's brainstorm. Sit in a quiet place and take a clean sheet of paper or just Word document, and just start writing all the goals or ideas that come to your mind in all these 7 areas. And one more tip, play some pleasant music in the background so that you can be more focused, and just start writing down, and write down all the ideas until you feel like there is nothing to add. You can even pause this video and start writing, or you can watch the whole concept and then you can do that later. It's up to your wish. Top 10. So once you have written down all the goals and ideas that you have in all these areas, I would request you to pick top 10. Just narrow it down to top 10 goals for 2023. This could be your top 10 priority for this year 2023, and these top 10 can be a mix of all these 7 areas of life. Circle the top 3. Like once you have written down all the top 10 priority for this 2023, I would request you to circle the top 3 goals for the next 30 days. And once you circle the top 3 goals for the next 30 days, I would request you to write down all the tasks. Just imagine and write down all the tasks that you need to do in order to achieve your top 3 goals. And also put a deadline for all these tasks. Make a list of all the resources that you have to achieve your goals, and also the obstacles that you may face when you try to achieve your goals, because you can come up with a plan to overcome that, to face those obstacles and challenges. Some kinds of obstacles might be negative thinking, or poor time management, or even the unexpected events that come along the way. So plan for the next 30 days and plan each week the weekend before itself, and plan each day the before evening itself. As you work towards achieving your dreams and goals, it's also important to think about the mindset part, the mindset you need to cultivate. How do you describe the new version of yourself for this 2023? Great. Now let's think about the mindset. Like, what is the new version that is necessary for you to achieve your dreams and goals for this year? So, the mindset and skill set for the new version of you. So, just reflect on these following questions, like what skills and abilities do this new version need to have in order to effortlessly execute your dream and achieve it with ease? And what strengths this new version have that your current one does not? And what weaknesses this new version free of that your current one possesses? And what good habits does this new version have that your current one does not? And what bad habits is this new version free of that your current one possesses? And what fears is the new version free of that your current one possesses? Develop the habit of self discipline. And now we come to the habit part. What are all the new habits and disciplines or behaviors that I need to start? What are all the existing healthy habits or behaviors that I need to expand? And what are all the poor habits or behaviors that I need to stop? And the examples of the new habits could be getting up at 5 a.m. or doing workout for at least 30 minutes a day, or eating a healthy protein rich breakfast. If one of your goals is to develop public speaking skills, so in order to achieve that, you need to seek out the opportunities to speak in front of the live audience to develop that skill more. And after looking about the new habits, and also you need to look at the existing healthy habits, some of the existing healthy habits that you already have, which you need to expand further to achieve your goals faster. If one of your goals is to increase your followers, social media followers, and obviously you need to create more content. So on that case, someone who is already reading books and blogs and taking notes every day, just they need to structure and expand it in a better way. So on this existing healthy habit may help them a lot to go further. So on the other hand, you also need to consider the poor habits that you need to stop in order to achieve your goals. So when it comes to poor habits or behaviors that you need to stop, gossiping with colleagues or friends, or complaining about the economy or the market or the customers, especially when you're a businessman, and taking personal calls or spending too much time on WhatsApp or any other social media. So these are all the poor habits that we need to at least reduce. And the next step is implementation part. How will I implement them into my daily routine? So before going into the implementation part, I just want to recall a few points. We have covered like how much awareness we have in all the 7 areas of life, and we have given a rating, or you may take an assessment online also if you wish. And we have written all the goals and ideas that comes to our mind when it comes to all these 7 areas. It could be minimum of 5 and maximum of 10 in each of the areas. And then we have narrowed it down to 10 top goals for this 2023. And among the top 10, which is a mix of all the areas, we have circled the top 3 to make the plan for the next 30 days. And we have written all the tasks that you need to do, or you need to take action in order to achieve these top 3 goals in the next 30 days. And also, you have set a deadline for each of the tasks. So by now, you have 30 days plan, the plan for the next 30 days. And also, you're going to plan every week, the weekend before, and also you're going to plan every day, the day before. And also, when it comes to the mindset part, that you have answered few questions in the mindset part, and you can use those answers as the affirmations in a daily basis to develop a new mindset, the new version for you in 2023. And you are completely aware of what are the new habits that you should develop, and what are all the existing healthy habits that you need to expand, and also the poor habits that you need to stop or at least to reduce. And now we look at the implementation. Just prioritize, we have written all the tasks that related to the top 3 goals for the next 30 days, but we need to prioritize and organize So prioritizing and organizing all the tasks, like which is the first to complete, or which is the which we can handle later, and like what are the time duration it required for to complete each and individual task. So everything is you need to plan. So, and also you need to start your day with the number one most important task for that particular day. So this is how you implement the task and also the habits in a daily routine. And the final step is write down 10 reasons why you want to achieve these goals for 2023. So when you write down the top 10 reasons of why you want to achieve your goal, it gives you a reason to stay motivated, and also it gives you focus and direction, and also it gives you more clarity. So great work following all the exercises and implementing them into your daily routine. And I have no doubt that you will achieve your goals with your hard work and determination. Good luck. And while you start to implement and see your results, don't forget to gift yourself. And finally, no excuses or no blaming. So, one very important tip for 2023 from me, it will be eliminate all the excuses or blaming, because it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you are not capable, or you are worthless, or that others are not supportive and encouraging to you to achieve your goals, or even the world is against you, that market is down, economy is down, and the recession is coming, and a lot more.